Hello guys, welcome back, and today I'll be explaining how I work on my clipping masks for coloring comic arts. So basically I'll be explaining it into detail with this sketch I have right here, and yeah, I'll be using the indie version instead. So let's just get right into it. First of all, I separate the background from the subject itself. So you can use the lasso tool to select the whole outline of the character, but that'll take too much of time. You can also use the polygonal lasso tool instead, but I kind of prefer using the what's it called the magic wand too. So I just select the outer area of the whole picture, and then I have only the inside not selected, so I right click and select inverse. Now I have the character selected without the background. So with the new layer that I've created over here, I can just fill in with, let's say, her skin color. She's black, so I'll just go for a color close to, so for her skin color to be somewhere here, a bit desaturated. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. A bit reddish. Yeah, I think this will do. Now I have her separated from the background. And then I go ahead to create two extra layers above the base color that I've created. So this layer will be for the dark tones, and then the other one will be for the light tones. Yeah, and this will be the base colors. So I'll use the lasso tool to select, let's say I want to change the color of the hair. I also want to add more colors to define the whole piece. I usually use the polygonal lasso tool for this area, since the line art is not going to show its edges. Yeah, so finally I fill in with the hair color. Yes, just like that. And then I go on to the other stuff. Yeah, just like that. Now let's move on to the lips. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but upper lips are usually darker than lower lips. A brighter color will do. And yeah, I think that's all. Let me reduce the tolerance a bit. Yes. Yeah, so if you're wondering what I just did, whenever you choose the paint bucket tool, when the tolerance is too high, if two colors are quite similar, it's going to fill it through the other one, just like this. but so it's like it's tolerating the difference between the two colors. It's still tolerating the other one even though they are not the same colors. So the lower the tolerance, the more separated your paint bucket 2 is going to make the colors when you fill it. So when I bring it to 9, you realize that it doesn't go into it like the previous one. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is, let me darken it. Yes, that's better. Okay. I really enjoy coloring comic arts because of the thick lines. The line arts are not always too thin, so you kind of get away with the selection of the parts where you want to color. Okay, let me make it a bit dull. Yes, that's better. Yeah, so this is basically what I do to fill in the base colors at the start. Okay, so here's another trick you can do. You can press and hold Control or Command and then click the icon of the layer to select every single thing that is in the layer. So if I select that for the line art layer, you see it only selects the line art. And when I pull that, you can see the line art separating from the rest. Yeah, but when I do that to this layer, the one with the base colors, realize that it only selects whatever is inside the layer for this base colors. So after selecting this, I'm going to click the mask button. I'll add a layer mask and it's going to make everything in the background blank in such a way that, or invisible in such a way that whatever I paint will only, the brush only affects the area that has stuff in the layer. Let me just show you. So I click on the mask, and then as you can see over here, this is indicating which sides of the layer that are visible. So when I press the, what's the name of this button? There's this, okay, so there's this button right next to the enter, and between the enter button and the quotation marks, when you press it, it shows you which sides are masked and which sides are visible. So when you press it, it turns every other thing into a shade of red, and then the visible ones will be the same color as they're supposed to be. So when I turn it off, it goes back off. I mean, when I press that same button, it goes back off. On and off, on and off. Yeah. So right now, let me demonstrate to you. If I choose this brush and I try to paint over this, over here, nothing will appear. But when I paint through this, you can tell that it's affecting the parts that have color in the layer. And that's exactly what I want. So later on, I'll clip these two layers to the base color. That way they follow the same rule that this one was following. So you can even decide to ignore masking this one as long as you are done with everything you want to do for the base colors. You can just clip these ones to the base color by pressing and holding Alt and then clicking in between the two layers, and then it brings this arrow pointing towards that layer, showing you that it's clipping to that layer. Then I do the same for the light tones too, since I want that to be affecting the subject also. Yes. So this is what I do to prepare for my lighting. So this video is just the part 1 to show you how I fill in the base colors. Very simple, nothing so fancy. Maybe I made it sound a bit too complicated, but it's nothing really difficult. You're just filling it. You can do it any way you want. This is just one way of doing it. This is how I do it. It makes it faster for me. So yeah. So in the next video, I'll be showing you how I add the light tones and the dark tones. So I'll be coming up with a light source coming from a certain direction. I like using 2-point lighting. 3-point is usually better. I'll explain that too some other time. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.